Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Broly stage of the red zone and essentially just how difficult it's going to be and how we're going to clear it. Now this is the Super Saiyans team and they are going to take on Broly, who features 3 distinct phases. Now I would say Broly is definitely a step up from the previous phase. I think Broly is quite substantially tougher than the previous 2 red zone stages, or is it 3? No, 2 red zone stages that we have had for the movie editions 2. There's nothing too special about him, to be honest. The first phase you can stun, attack lower, etc. It's not like there's a super duper complicated mechanic or anything that he is actually involved in. But I would say, yeah, generally speaking, Broly pretty strong when it comes to overall kind of strength. Quite a strong boss fight, very straightforward boss fight. You know, it doesn't really do anything strictly speaking as super duper powerful, but still a fairly challenging fight overall. Now, in terms of like team and team build, as you can tell, we've gone for a Super Saiyans team build, using some pretty interesting characters. So firstly we have double int LR Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta and Trunks leads. Very good unit, by the way. It's just very strong, very good defensively after super, a great damage dealer, the active skill is incredibly helpful, and just an all-round great choice when it comes to trying to obviously take on this event. 200% flat leader skill, also pretty helpful, especially when you consider, you know, a lot of the other things involved. So yeah, they're very solid. Alongside them, we're going to be featuring some pretty strong alternative Super Saiyan characters as well. So we're going to start off with some pretty strong Vegeta units. One of them being the transforming physical Vegeta. A great unit overall, really powerful. Needs to stack a little bit. I think that's definitely necessary. Not totally the best event for him because, you know, strictly speaking, it's not like he's got the absolute best time, especially when it comes to, like, how can I say, like stacking. It's not the world's longest event, but he does a good job nonetheless. Then the other unit, as you can see here, is the Super Vegeta, obviously after his Extreme Z Awakening. I just thought it'd be pretty cool to have him. He's a great damage dealer, and defensively he's pretty solid, if not unspectacular for the most part. So a great unit that again does a fantastic job. So really fun to kind of integrate and run in the team. So far so good. All in all, pretty solid choices. Alongside that, we're getting a little bit more peculiar. We have the Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta. This is the My Bomber Vegeta. At least that's how I remember him. And he's pretty good. Obviously, he provides a little bit of support, a little bit of defensive security. Having a 55%, I wouldn't say he's necessarily the most insane unit in the game, if I'm being entirely honest. But he does do a pretty solid job without being dramatically, you know, without being unimpactful or anything like that. He's just a very good unit that is quite solid all around the board and carries himself quite well, whilst being able to essentially just do a really good job. And I think ultimately, for me, that's kind of what you need him for. So we won't be transforming him. Obviously there is an incentive to transforming him. We'll be able to finish the event in time before we really hit that mark. But yeah, overall, yeah, he does a good job. Plus he provides a bit of support, which is great. So pretty happy with his total functionality. Then we have the AGL Super Saiyan Gohan. This is the World Tournament Gohan. Actually a really good pickup, especially on a All Movie Heroes or All Super Saiyan team. Just does a great job. Realistically speaking, you know, his support comes in handy. He's got his evasion as well, which is super happy, or super helpful I should say. Super happy. Super helpful overall, and really just allows him to kind of function in a good space as a unit. Really just allows him to do his thing and just be a really solid unit, and yeah, really just hold his own, being really powerful defensively. Obviously, if he doesn't get the evasion, then there is a little bit more concern, as you can see there. He still takes a fair chunk of damage. He needs to be able to get a couple of super attacks off, but he does well enough to hold his own, and that's really all we need. Then we have the Int trio, saving their active skill obviously for this physical phase. We are a little bit concerned with how they do with the physical phase, of course. It's very heavy lifting for them. They need that active skill to kind of do their business, so it is a little bit difficult for them to holistically carry the entire run, especially against the physical Broly. But with their active skill, their defense shoots up, and they also do a good chunk of damage, so they tend to do alright in the physical phase. Broly himself does not drop that many, like, he doesn't seem to have any specific gimmick that I can tell right off the bat. So immediately he just feels like a strong, kind of good direct battle, which I don't mind. I really don't mind having the occasional strong direct kind of red zone where it's just like, hey, this guy's simple, this guy's gonna throw down, he's gonna throw some decent hands, build your team, deal with it, etc. I think it's really good. At least for me overall, I find it to be really solid. And of course, to each their own. It's going to depend on yourself. How do you feel about it? But I think for me, in terms of my box and my team, it was a fun run. It was a good run. It was a reliable run. It was a really good time, and yeah, I just ended up having a really solid performance here. The physical, like nature of Broly, does obviously mean bringing double into LRs. It's not necessarily the best strategy, but I found that they're good enough to really just kind of hold their own. As long as you save the active skill, then you should be more than fine. Generally speaking, they do a great job, even in terms of damage output, as you can see. So yeah, really good stuff. Honestly, a really straightforward run, and yeah, it was really fun. The Vegeta, the Super Vegeta, and the Transforming Vegeta did a great job, and I really liked using the Super Vegeta. It's kind of like the perfect little event for him. Not super long, whereby he starts to run a bit of a risk, but just the right length and right kind of typings, whereby he's able to really just kind of throw down. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a ton of fun taking on Broly, and Vegeta pumped out some huge numbers, and we tended to have a good time. I think they try to refrain from making Broly even more AoE, considering how many AoE Brolys and units in general we've dealt with. But he did feel very plain, which was a little bit weird. But yeah, ultimately that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And yeah, as always, I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye.